I'll make a bold claim. Aging does not mean decline, and you do not have to gain weight as you age. Like I did for almost a decade, you probably already eat clean, you move your body, you've tried supplements, functional testing, and even some popular diets. You probably listen to podcasts and audiobooks, and all of this information probably left you more confused than before. And I actually know what it feels like because I was in your shoes before. Now in my 40s, I've released 30 pounds and I've never felt healthier, more full of energy, and in sync with my body. Now, this is not a beginner's video, and I know you're not eating sugar and fast food all day. This video is for you if you're already clean. Lack of knowledge is not the issue here, but you can feel that there's something else at play, making you gain weight despite all your efforts, and you're also here because you want to solve the right problem. You will get two things if you watch until the end. First, you will understand why women gain weight in midlife and beyond, and it is not what you've been told. And two, I will give you the roadmap to break this cycle and get the body you want, like I did. I also have a gift for you. I recorded a super short video telling you exactly what I did to release weight. So I will link below this video so you can grab it. Despite popular belief, the declining sex hormones such as estrogen and progesterone, which are now constantly blamed for all the menopause transition symptoms, are not the enemy here. And I know there is a big push right now for women's health, and I see a lot of well-meaning practitioners throwing rocks at researchers for how women's health have been ignored over the years. And while there is some truth to it, the overcompensation that we are seeing right now with the idea that every woman needs hormone replacement is propagating confusion and fear if you choose to go the natural route. And it is also teaching women to feel like victims of the system, and I do not subscribe to this. I am not advocating pro or against hormone replacement therapy in this video. But what I know to be true is that even when women go on that route, it does not mean that it will help them address weight gain, which is what we're actually here to discuss. So what is going on? The real culprit leading to a lot of the symptoms that women experience, and also why not every woman sees challenges when it comes to their menopause transition years, is actually cortisol, the stress hormone. And the two main reasons for why we often see this shift happen in midlife in our 40s and 50s is one, genetics, and two, our impossible modern lifestyle and how women normalize absurd amounts of stress in their daily lives. So let's break this down. First, I asked Dr. Penny Kendall Reed to explain to us why, since our DNA never changes, why women experience symptoms, especially when we hit midlife.
Every gene, the purpose of a gene is to make a protein. So when that gene is turned on, like a light switch turning on, providing light, when a gene is turned on, it makes a protein. That protein can do something fantastic, like speed up our metabolism, or it can do something not so good, like create inflammation. So as practitioners, healthcare practitioners that analyze and look at genes, it's our job to say, this is great, this is how we're going to keep it turned on, this is not so good, this is what we're going to do to turn it off. Lifestyle, diet, supplements, they are what turn genes on and off. And so when we hit menopause or perimenopause, just as naturally as estrogen and progesterone fall, cortisol, our main stress hormone, rises. And cortisol is a blocker or a trigger for over 90% of genes. So we may have kept a gene, let's say it's for sleep, in its nice quiet position. And then perimenopause comes along, cortisol rises, and boom, we turn that gene on that says, I'm not going to let you go into deep sleep anymore. I'm going to start waking you at 2 to 4 in the morning, etc. Or you may have had slightly weaker metabolic genes, but you've kept them in their off position because of a good diet and lifestyle. And then good old cortisol comes along at perimenopause and turns them on so we gain weight. So many, in fact, most of the symptoms that are from menopause, whether it's sleep, weight, etc., are actually due to cortisol and not due to estrogen. But we love to get so excited about estrogen all the time. Estrogen does play a role for sure, and it does have some symptoms, but so many more are from cortisol.
And if you want to learn how to get a functional DNA test in a fully personalized protocol so you can understand your stress pathways and reset stress genes like I did, click the link below this video and I recorded an 8-minute video tour for you. This is exactly how I released 30 pounds, improved years of gut issues, cravings for comfort carbs, and drastically lower inflammation. And you can too. So click below to get instant access to this free resource. When it comes to our impossible lifestyle, so many women are trapped into pushing instead of flowing with life. I call this achiever mode, and it goes like this. We can only relax and feel good when we hit a certain goal. But since we keep moving the target, we never get to feel good or relax ever. It takes effort to get what we want, which means a lot of pushing, sacrificing, and striving for more and more. So we make our current circumstances wrong or not good enough. The logical mind runs the show, leaving no room for magic, for the infinite possibilities that surround us, for the beauty of life. And the achiever mode is a winners and losers game. So the ego mind fears, stresses out, worries about things that may not even ever happen. It exhausts us, going into this self-protection mode through perfectionism, guilting yourselves to stay on track, follow the plan. But most importantly, it makes us so afraid to go for our big goals, for what we actually want in life, that it prefers self-disappointment due to fear of playing full out than to risk getting what we want. Any high achievers here listening to this video? Let me know in the comments. I've been one of them my whole life, and claiming this was very much part of my liberation, and it can be of yours too. But the chronic emotional state of the high achiever keeps cortisol at such high levels that then women tend to normalize, that we keep pushing and pushing until one day our body says no more. I experienced this full health breakdown in 2017, and I was at my heaviest. So let my experience preventing you from following the same path. Back to cortisol, here is a surprising part. To release weight and prevent further weight gain, the goal is not simply to lower cortisol. Yes, relaxation techniques, getting better sleep, fueling your body with real food, yes, it is important. But if you want lasting results, just supporting the physical or taking a supplement to lower cortisol levels will not make a dent. Women in midlife and beyond don't just need to optimize your bodies, they need an entire new paradigm. And here is why. Identity precedes behavior. Let me explain. For years, I tried to drink less. But then stress would hit and alcohol would sneak back into my life. I was trying to change behavior by drinking less, which required willpower, but when it got too costly to sustain, I would go back to old habits. Then 4 years ago, I was ready. And instead, I shifted identity. I became someone who does not drink. Do you see the difference? I recorded a full video on the topic, so if you're sober curious, here it is. What changed 4 years ago is that I became a different person, one who does not drink, instead of trying to change my mind when the cravings for alcohol would hit, a much harder option. So how do you shift identity, you may ask? Well, the easiest way that I know how is by getting into an environment where the new identity you seek is the norm. It is the baseline. Looking at my career, this is what I did for years and I did not even realize. I would pay for access to be in rooms where I could be activated to my next level until the identity that I wanted to embody became my normal state of being. This is actually fascinating. And if you need some science to back this up, the principle is called spontaneous synchronization. In other words, there is power in collective recalibration. Let me paint you a picture. By testing my DNA, I discovered that my weight struggles were not a coincidence. They were coded in my DNA. So as I released 30 pounds, I decided that my new weight was going to become my new baseline. I made a decision. And the identity that I intentionally embody more deeply every single day is of someone who maintains her weight with ease. She's not reactive when problems arise because they will. She handles them. She does not waste time worrying about things in the future that may never happen. She meets what's right in front of her. She's healthy, adored by her partner, and wealthy simply because she has what she already has. She's grateful. She has no FOMO because she does not use food or alcohol for emotional regulation. So she does not miss out when choosing something healthy instead of what everyone else is having. She instead has JOMO, joy of missing out, because she's clear about her boundaries. She prioritizes her life based on what she values most. She no longer justifies her preferences, and she knows that no is a complete sentence. And she does not need to diet. She does not need to escape her life by going on vacation because she is well resourced here and now. This version of me used to be a distant future self, but she became my reality. And I go deeper and deeper into her embodiment each day once I combine the science of personalized genomics with making room for the magic. And this is what I call weight release. And it is the portal to the body and life you want, regardless of your age. So if you resonate and you want to learn more, click the link below this video to get access to this mini video tour that I recorded for you. And let me show you exactly how the process works. And watch this video next if you're curious about alcohol and whether or not you need to release it for good in order to release weight naturally.